The same dream again. I've dreamed that I've decoded the Zodiac cipher. My journal. I'll never leave home without it.
Hi, Robert. It's Donald. Why aren't you picking up? Look, turn on the TV and call me.
Hi, Robert. It's Patrick. I'm comedy. You want to have package for you from our editorial office.
Monica.
Robert, I gave you 2 years of my life. That's almost 800 days that you owe me. Think of it as a debt you can never pay off. As if you stole something you can't give back. After my friends split up from their partners, they always have lots of good memories, shared mornings together, trips away, sex. But I just want to wipe the 2 years with you from my memory. I wish I'd spent those 2 years in a coma, get it? I don't want to waste another minute. Don't write, don't call. You've already taken enough from me.
I know this letter by heart, and I still keep reading on it. It's like I was looking for a lost word that will bring back hope, and we can get back together somehow. We met when I won that damn reward. She literally jumped into my bed. I really thought she was just another stupid girl, impressed by journalists, but she wasn't. I used to love to listen to her, to fuck her, to laugh with her. I loved our normal life together. And then one day, I realized I don't need anyone or anything but her. The world outside became unnecessary. I wrote, I loved. I was myself in our own place. The worst thing is I never fought for her. I just let Monica slip away like she was worthless or not worth enough. In a way, I don't blame her for being so mad at me. She won't come back. She's far too proud. And that's what I loved most about her. Sure, it's all my fault. All right, I kind of knew he'd been beating her, but this was the first time I'd seen it happen. I wasn't so much terrified by my mother's screams as she was falling, or the incredible strength of the punches, but I was horrified because of his precision and lack of hesitation, because of his sheer will to attack her. His reaction seemed purely mechanical and with an odd sort of skill applied. So later that day, he looked at Mom sitting in the kitchen. The old man looked at her, putting a cold compress and applying it to her face. He only said that he knew what he'd done, and it probably would be healed by Sunday. And of course, he was right. By the time we went to church that Sunday, Mom looked as pretty as ever, and nobody noticed anything. So I tried to think of my father as a man who'd always been looking for the good in life, or trying to find something good in life, but never quite managing to find it. He really tried most of the time, but then there were these explosions. We'd never gone hungry. He told me once that he couldn't cope with some things he remembered in his own life. Was it because of the war? Maybe someone had hurt him so badly in his younger days that he hurt us in order to deal with that pain. One misfortune comes from another so often, and often completely without us knowing it or making the connection. We love, but we find it hard to be decent to one another so often. I think that my father couldn't cope with this at all. When he hired me, my editor-in-chief asked if I had any additional income because it was impossible to live on the money he was offering. I remember him well. He had cigar-stained brown teeth and bits of meat stuck in between them, or some kind of food anyway. I swear to God, he was a piece of work. Fortunately, I had a job at the car wash, and I was able to write in a disused utility closet. I managed about 3 hours of sleep per night. Those were crazy days. But I kept seeing my articles, one after the other, appearing on the front page of the newspaper, and it was a kind of miracle. And this reassured me, even though the fame alone could not sustain me. On my first official day as a journalist, I got sent to an interview with a guy at a country concert that was part of a farmer's expo. The man claimed not only that a UFO had landed in his front yard every Friday, but he also had a telepathic connection to his brothers who apparently lived in the rings of Saturn. The country band hadn't played until the end, and I had to eventually run for my life from a mob of angry rednecks, which is always fun. Why? Because I was the only man wearing a suit there. Big mistake. And everybody thought that the canceled show was my fault, like I was the producer or something. The UFO-friendly farmer had set his dogs upon me, so I was being bitten, and they were chasing me, and eventually I just got the heck out of there. To make things worse, a brick fell just a few inches away from me when I was walking up the driveway. So all in all, not a good situation. Someone else would have seen this as a sign from God, perhaps, not to do what they had in mind. I thought that anything bad that could have happened to me on the job had already happened, after that first assignment, of course. So I assumed it would be smooth sailing from here on. I mean, what could go wrong?
From the ASF News in San Francisco, this is ASF Breaking News, November 21st, 1973. Just a few weeks after sending the next encrypted message by the Zodiac, the mysterious murderer is threatening to attack again. This time, he wants to blow up a bus with children. California is trembling. It's pure madness.
Using my detection skills, could he be Polish? Slides should be in the box somewhere here. It was a beautiful evening. I really felt like the king of the world. I could do anything. Every obstacle in my way had disappeared. I remember when I was in college and worked all night at a local warehouse just to earn a few extra bucks. It was a book storage place, or warehouse. I used to dream that my book would one day be among them, printed in thousands of copies, rewarded and loved and admired by readers. All I could do was keep on dreaming, not eating enough, and moving pallet after pallet. And then I got the award. I got hired by San Francisco's major newspaper and found the best girl in the world. It couldn't have been a better life. I couldn't have dreamed of a better life. I had everything. But all I could think of was my father. Too often, those images of my angry, grim-faced old man drinking himself to death somewhere in South Georgia. I only wanted one thing, his approval of my decisions, and for him to say that I had not failed him, just to say it at least once. Hello, boss.
Have you seen the news about Zodiac? Or have you overslept again?
Sure, I've seen it. I'm still working on the cipher and an article about it.
Your knife buddy threatens to blow up a school bus. What's more, he sent us a package addressed to... Well, guess who? You son of a bitch. Guess who? Patrick was at your place, but you didn't answer. You were probably sleeping. Get over that girl. She's left you. That's it. Anyway, Patrick left a package from Zodiac by your door.
There's a certain magic in developing photos, when the image is just beginning to emerge, and I'm trying to guess what it is. I used to believe in that magic once. What is this place? It looks familiar. I bet I must have passed through it, or seen it in a book. This is a once-in-a-lifetime book. Let's look, that hill must be here somewhere. There it is, Mount Diablo. Gotcha. I better take my gun. Everyone in their right mind carries a gun. Monica wanted me to keep it in a safe, locked away. Perhaps there's some sense in that, but a woman's thinking makes a man vulnerable. And what do you get in return? Friends, family, old times. What is he saying to me? I still don't know. Three, 4, 5, 6. Monica, you bitch, you changed the code. What if I killed the Zodiac? I'd be a hero. I'd be the man who stopped him. No, what am I saying? I'll write about him. Anyway, he'll probably turn himself in. Then I'll be famous anyway. And he'll hang. Perhaps there is some justice in the world. But I've never fired a gun. Should I really take it? Maybe I will regret this, but at least I'll be able to defend myself. I'm on my way to Mount Diablo to confront Zodiac. I'm not sure if it's a good idea. I've never been so afraid and actually terrified my entire life. But it's my moment now. It's my chance to show the world what a great investigative journalist I am. I'll be the first to look such evil right in its eyes, confront it. Jesus, it's freezing. How far is this car?
I kill because I need new slaves in hell. Hell seems a fitting place for all those petty, funny humans. I am still thinking about the bomb in the bus. Please find me, Robert. If I blow up a school bus full of children, their little shoes, body parts, and their parents' tears will be everywhere. But a lot depends on you. Back to the point. Look for the passage near the child's shoe that I left nearby.
It's the Zodiac. Why did I leave my gun at home? God, I can't open the door. this nightmare again. Zodiac and Sherry crying. I can't live like this. Why me?
Tick-tock, tick-tock. It's like beating my head against the wall. Tick-tock. Who's crazier, him or me? The Zodiac's broken the street lamp. The killings always happen in the darkness. As if he wants to hide away. As if the light intimidates him.
Hey, what's your name? What are you doing here? I better go for my mom. Wait here.
Oh, Goose. How could I have let this happen? Maybe, if I'd saved you, then everything would have been all right. The doctor had predicted fragmented visions of Zodiac's crimes coming to me in my dreams. Tonight I saw the killer following Sherry to the library, having smoked a cigarette before. I have to write this down. Here I can collect all the clues from my dreams. I remember this meeting as if it were yesterday. That little black girl and her funny wooden horse. Oh, Goose. I couldn't help you.
Hello, Robert. Dr. Landau here. How's your progress?
It's exactly as you said, Doctor. I've been dreaming about the clues to the Zodiac murders.
6 months of live dreaming therapy couldn't have not worked. You are ready for the ritual. Have you unpacked Cherry's body yet?
Yes, it's in the attic.
You should collect all clues regarding Cherry's murder. Start the ritual, and then come and see me. After today, you shall start freeing yourself from the Zodiac. The cure is near, Robert.
Are you sure, Doctor?
It's all in your hands, Robert.
I've had enough of those pills. This goddamn doctor is poisoning me. I don't trust these pills completely. The doctor probably knows what he's doing. I'm gonna take him anyway.
Mom, I swear she was here. Look, it's her toy, a little horse. I haven't stolen it, I swear.
When I got back to the train station with my mother, she was gone. That little girl. My mother wouldn't believe me. She thought I'd stolen that wooden horse from some poor kid. She wanted to give me a spanking for lying, but I wasn't lying. Goose was gone. Poor little dark-skinned girl. Gone. Poor thing. She only wanted to return some library books. We've been going through my childhood and the Zodiac's, sort of comparing them in an odd way. We all know every psychiatrist clings to childhood and how that influences you, but we're talking about my fucked up old man now. I've gone through a hellish meeting with the Zodiac. That hasn't been too long ago. And the doctor digs up every skeleton from every closet that I've been trying to forget. And then there's this fragile, lost girl and what happened at the quarry. And even now, when I'm writing about it, I'm moved with a kind of anger and helplessness, a frustration. And I hear that voice in the darkness again, and that terrible sobbing. And then my father's work stands in front of my eyes, just looks at me, as if it were a thing with its own life and being. I was angry at the doctor at the beginning because he dug his old story up, but I think I understand what's going on now. If not for my father, I would probably never have become a journalist, and I wouldn't be working on murder cases for sure. And that means I wouldn't have met the Zodiac. When I was driving to Mount Diablo, I thought this adventure could end in two possible ways. Zodiac would kill me, or I would give him up to the police. There'd be a court case, and Zodiac would hang or fry or... Anyway, that would be the end of him. Turns out there was a third, much worse possibility. I might die under his knife. Now I'm a kind of zombie. I stumble between worlds. I have no dreams or hopes. I don't even know what happiness is, and sometimes I just hate everyone. But I'm a part of this too. I'm human too, right? Except for this emptiness, I'm accompanied by some kind of dread and disgust. And sometimes when I wake up in the middle of the night, I have the smell of rotting flesh in my nostrils, and it's as if my own body were rotting. It's impossible to deal with. And that's why I go to therapy. And I hope that thanks to the doctor, one day, I can return to some semblance of normal life. Or just have it over with. Both possibilities are tempting. I've been attempting therapy for 6 months now. Dr. Landau said recently that I'm making progress, and I'm nearly ready for his ritual. But I can't see it. I don't see the progress. I think that he keeps on saying this so that I don't stop coming, and he's studying me like some ant under a microscope. He is behaving a bit like an exorcist fighting for a soul of some sinner. Those photographs of his, those questions, those dreams, he says have been swallowed by darkness. And I must go down to its core, into the heart of darkness, take myself away from there and back into the light. Well, that sounds beautiful, but it's a bit too mystical to come from a doctor, at least in my opinion. I'm starting to believe that I won't be able to finish that task, and that, yes, I will go descend into the heart of darkness, and that maybe, just maybe, I'll want to stay there. He turned the street lamp off. He wanted to be invisible in the shadows. Apparently he'd spoken to her in the library and offered to walk her back. Why, that's almost like my first date with Monica. He used the same knife to kill Sherry, and he did it with such brute force, he nearly decapitated her. Terrible memories. This place is full of blood. I can see him leaving the knife in there. It was in the mailbox. Her car broke down. What a smart bastard. He was like a spider setting up a web. I need to put the slides in first. It's like in my darkest dreams. She only wanted to return the books. I can still hear the sound of cards flipping, like a moth's wings beating. The victim had lost her shoe while running away. Monica used to wear this very similar shoes. I had a dream about that. There was an oil drip, just like the one from Zodiac's car. He parked it near Sherry's. He dragged her into a quiet spot. Did he want to hide her body? I hear this crying again. Sherry, I will try to help you. He wrote this weird poem in memory of the victim. Good evening, Doctor.
Welcome. Well, I think that after half a year of our meetings, you're ready for your first live dreaming session. One last question, though, as per usual. Have you taken your pills?
Yes, I took them, and afterwards I had a terrible dream. Sherry screamed, and the Zodiac was stabbing her.
Why do you think you dream of Zodiac and his murders so vividly, even though it has been over 6 months since you met at Mount Diablo?
He tried to kill me, and I spent the last 6 months digging into his murder cases, so that all I can think of is him.
Would you like to say something before you traverse the Cherry's murder scene?
I think a lot about my childhood and my father. He was a hunter, you know, and I kept his pistol in a safe at my house. I had it there when Zodiac called. That's one memory that keeps me awake.
I won't ask you about your father now. Do you regret not killing Zodiac at Mount Diablo?
Are you asking me if I would hunt Zodiac down like my father would? Well, maybe. Maybe becoming a murderer would pay.
Each of us is, in some way, their own father.
I don't know, Doctor.
Enough questions for now, Robert. Let's now try to transport you to Riverside. Choose one of the photos, close your eyes, and slowly count down from 10, 9, 8.
I recognize this place. It's Riverside. The doctor was right. Live dreaming works. I have a chance to save myself. The oil stains were left by Zodiac's car. He must have driven this way. There might be more tracks like this. This can show me what the proper fuse is. The handle is stuck. Maybe the maintenance personnel have got some spare fuses somewhere. Spare fuses, these might help fixing this broken light. The Zodiac had to know which lamp to turn off. I'll make a note of that, but I still need more information to determine the exact order of events. Is this the place where Zodiac parked? I wonder why she left the car unlocked. The victim went to the library. Did Zodiac stalk her? I should look deeper as he cut the cable with something sharp. The evidence seems to show that he had thrown it away nearby. Now, this should work when I tape the cable back together. Hopefully, the killer cut off the ignition, but then what?
I love to hunt for my prey. Like Cherry, slim young girl, my little animal. Find the cipher. It will help you solve the mystery. It's here. I follow her and then start the best part. Do you remember? You, your mother, and father hunting together? Nice sunny days. But for that constant smell of blood.
What did you see?
What was I supposed to see? Zodiac and Sherry in the parking lot.
Can you tell me more details?
Zodiac spoke to me. He mentioned my childhood, my parents, and my friends.
What do you think is the most important part?
Now he's hunting for me, trying to kill me, even during this therapy.
I understand. Remember that what you see is a mere dreamy interpretation of what happened. Now I will show you 3 pictures, and you pick one of them. Take your time choosing. Then, close your eyes and go back to Riverside. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The door is closed. Text is not clear. It's engraved. What tool was used to engrave it? Broken glass.
Thank you, Robert.
Now I know how to help her. One of these might open the library. Zodiac could use it for something. That's how Sherry entered the library, with Zodiac stalking her outside. Zodiac offered her a drink. Where'd he get it? I need a coin to buy a drink. This one's empty. That was the drink Zodiac bought her. I should find another way to the library. So that was Zodiac who engraved this poem. Did he escape or enter through a window?
Your father also waited for your mother, drunk. He used to give her something to drink first, and then beat her senseless. It was his favorite thing. Almost the same like my favorite thing. Soon you'll see what I've done to Cherry. Remember about the cipher? It's here.
You're back. You seem disturbed. What did you see?
A cold, empty college campus. And Zodiac wrote that poem, the same one I read at home. He is one sophisticated killer.
That's your subconscious speaking. What are you willing to do next?
I want to research Zodiac and break his code. I want to know why he's doing all this.
I understand that you are still under his spell.
If I complete the ritual correctly, I can stop Zodiac, or at least interrupt him. Doing that, I can give Sherry comfort, and maybe even save her soul.
It's a beautiful intention, Robert. Aren't you afraid that it is only your own imagination?
I don't want to go back there. It paralyzes me. I'm scared I won't be able to survive this.
Thank you for your trust. Our session today is about to end. Close your eyes, and one last time, transport yourself to Riverside. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I should follow those traces. These traces lead me somewhere. Is this his watch? It looks like a part of the belt is missing. The type of mud that I found on Sherry's shoe. She must have lost the other one nearby. That must be her shoe. The body must be somewhere here. Oh, that's Sherry's body. I should take a closer look. He's brutally cut her throat. If I remember correctly, he's hidden the knife in a mailbox somewhere. She fought until the end and ripped his watch off. Poor thing. She lost her shoe in the mud. Sherry tore this watch off of Zodiac's wrist. Where are the mailboxes? The knife should be in one of them. The postman who's delivering death.
Your father had his moments. The walks, fishing. Like me when I took Cherry for a walk. But then she got afraid, started to run away. Then I played with her, the knife, the screaming. I was so aroused. The cipher? The cipher is somewhere near.
I am tired, but I hope this ritual works. I'll go back to the attic to do what I have to do and then go to sleep. Maybe tomorrow I'll wake up with one trouble less and the dreams about Sherry will finally end. Zodiac is a beast, but maybe, just maybe, I'll finally tame him. Will this make her not afraid anymore? This poem was meant for her. Should I do it like Zodiac did? Is this what Sherry wanted? Sleep well, Sherry. Sleep tight. I've done what you asked for during the therapy session. I hope it will help you. So that's what you want to tell me? Is that it, Zodiac? You and your sick cipher?
just a reminder that we are meeting for a session today. You already know how to prepare. This time, we'll talk about the events that took place at Lake Beressa.
Let's see what I can learn from the materials I gathered. So today, I'm finally going to take care of the stuff Monica left here. Zodiac used a type of sailing knot to incapacitate the victims. Maybe he also stole the rope from one of the boats. The phone booth that Zodiac used to call the police station. The police car did not see Zodiac anywhere near the station when they were on their way. This truck seems like a good place for him to hide and avoid getting questioned or caught. I could just effing burn all her stuff. Oh look, I've got a lighter nearby. I see Zodiac even when I'm at home. Those visions haunt me even during the day. One witness saw the Zodiac at the local gas station. That's the one from where they called the police station. Let's go to the dark room and develop the photo. cuts on her back. Zodiac must have attacked head-on since she was stabbed in the chest and back. She died later in the hospital. So the witness saw Zodiac from inside of the diner near the lake. The sketch of Zodiac in his mask. Witnesses in the area have seen Zodiac both with and without his mask. He must have put it on somewhere there before the attack and taken it off afterwards.
Dad, what about the fish? Mom will cook something nice.
I used to love going fishing because Dad was such a different person then. Of course, it was beautiful sitting in the boat in the sun and watching the float bob up and down. You're wrestling with the fish as you catch it with its strength and its pulling on the line, and it gives you a lot of satisfaction to land it eventually. It's just you and the fish and the struggle, if you will. I mean, it's not a marlin, but it's still a struggle. And then, on the boat, there on the boat, me and him, all the evil seemed to vanish. There was only Dad. All that fierceness was gone and he was calm. Even his hands were steady and relaxed. He would explain how to reel in the fishing line, when to cast, and he would be so patient with me, not even a hint of losing his temper. Then he'd go silent and he would stare at the water. Who knew what he was thinking? He seemed calm. He seemed at peace with everything. He seemed like a person who'd been through the good, the bad, and somehow had elevated himself above it all. And he seemed the sort of person who would never harm anyone. The Zodiac left a message written on the victim's car door. Cecilia dies. Brian survives. Did the Zodiac become sloppy?
We were having a picnic when he approached. I did not suspect anything.
There must be a second tape. I should listen to it as well.
Cecilia. She must have seen him beforehand, and I didn't listen to her. She said she felt uncomfortable and that she saw someone watching us from a pier down ashore.
That's the piece of information I was after. All's done. Time to go to the doctor's. Here I go again. Good evening, Doctor.
Welcome back, Robert. How are you feeling after completing the ritual?
I helped her. I gave her the blanket.
The most important part is that this case is now behind you. Today, I would like to talk not only about the next victim that you have dreams of so often, but also about your father. Your dream diary suggests that you feel he is somehow connected to the Zodiac case. And after all, we do not encounter anything that isn't already inside us when we dream.
It's true, Doctor. Father, Goose, my memories are combining to slowly form an answer.
Close your eyes and count down from 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Zodiac's car. Let's see if he left anything in the trunk. So Zodiac went out and looked for a place to put the disguise on. I should look for it. The police report states that the witnesses have seen someone who might have been Zodiac. A receipt for $31.96. A receipt for a $28.10 order. Order number 16. Receipt for $7.30. receipt for $35.61. If I remember correctly, the witness was also the last patron at the diner. The last purchase was $28.10. That's the same as the receipt at the table in the corner. I could check, let's see. Well, someone definitely was in here. Broken mirror. This could be the place where the Zodiac was hiding while they put the disguise on. This is where Zodiac hid to put his disguise on. He also broke the mirror in the bathroom for some reason. Was it because he hates himself or his victims? Zodiac's car. Let's see if he left anything in the trunk. So Zodiac went out and looked for a place to put the disguise on. I should look for it. The police report states that the witnesses have seen someone who might have, if I remember correctly, the witness was also the last patron at the diner. Their purchase might still be in the register. The last purchase was $28.10. The last order was probably number 16. Let's check the tables for a similar order. A receipt for $28.10. The same price as the last purchase, according to the cash register. This may be the table where the last order was taken, and from here, the Zodiac was spotted. I could, let's see. Well, someone definitely was in here. This is where Zodiac hid to put his disguise on. He also broke the mirror in the bathroom for some reason. Was it because he hates himself or his victims? Power to the gate is off. There should be a way to turn it on. My father and I used a similar boat when I was a child. I should check behind that corner. This box routes electricity into the building. I need to the switches change the direction in which the electricity is routed. Doesn't work. I need to reroute the electricity back to the switch first, then turn it on. By plugging this in, I can change the high voltage input direction. Power is routed correctly. Now I need to turn it all on. It works. Now the gate should be powered on and ready to open. Zodiac must have entered the pier garage. I should go in and investigate that. According to this, the dock line was on a boat named Barry Essa Sunrise, rented by David Rogers. A station for not training. The crank is loose. I can take it and use it somewhere else. I can crank the hoist system and lower the boat. The rope used by Zodiac must be on one of these boats. This is the type of rope Zodiac used to tie up his victims. Okay, rope in place. Let's try to tie. This is the type of knot and rope that Zodiac used to tie Brian and Cecilia.
Can you look yourself in the eye? Tell me,
Or maybe you'd rather tie your mouth forever. This girl from the restaurant, sitting next to her father, doesn't she remind you of Goose? You still have her favorite horse at home.
You look shocked. Would you tell me something about it?
Zodiac told me about Goose, that he was practicing knot tying. Scared the hell out of me.
How does speaking about this make you feel?
I'm afraid.
Fear won't help you, Robert. I do hope that you keep taking the medication. We should continue now. Close your eyes and count down from 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I need a marker pen if I want to write the missing part of the message down. The car is open. Let's take a look inside. Cecilia's calendar. The date must be today, September 27th, 1969. It's 6:30. A marker. Now I can write down the missing part of the message. Seems like the missing part is a date. Today's date? That must be the complete message that the Zodiac left. The clearing does make a good observation point. Zodiac was sitting here, observing the couple through the clearing. I'm going to investigate the damages done by the Zodiac. She's been stabbed many times with a knife, but he must have somehow ensured she wouldn't run. There should be some marks on her ankles from being tied up. Both her wrists and ankles were tied with the same type of rope that I found at the pier. Her wrists should have some marks similar to the ones on her ankle. The Zodiac tied her up and stabbed her many times with a knife. There was another victim, but he's not here. I should go and look for the body. Bloodstains, probably left by Brian. I think I'm going the right way.
Thank you, Robert.
This basket will help Cecilia somehow. I think I am going bloodstains, probably left by Brian. That's a piece of clothing lost by Brian when he was escaping. I think I'm going the right way. That must be a piece of clothing lost by Brian when he was running away. Bloodstains. I bet they're left by Brian. I think I'm going the right way. I'm sure that's a piece of clothing lost by Brian when he was escaping. Brian managed to flee this far before collapsing, completely out of strength.
Remember, your mother was sitting on the blanket when you run to her, say you've seen Goose, a little black girl, on the train station. She was gone when you came. I wonder what happened. I don't need to mention the cipher, right? You'll find it yourself.
What did you see this time?
The Zodiac left a message on their car. There was his sign with the date of the murder. It's almost as if he wanted to autograph his crime.
Did he speak to you again?
Yes, he spoke of Goose and that my father had something to do with her. He reminded me that she wasn't there when I came back to the station that day.
I think your father has something to do with the Zodiac. Don't you think?
I think he hasn't. It must be the Zodiac trying to mislead me. I'd like to add that Cecilia did speak to me. She asked me to go on a picnic with her.
In my opinion, she wants you to save her from Zodiac in this way. let us see if your subconscious has anything more to say about the Lake Beressa murder. Pick another picture, the one that reminds you of Zodiac the most, and enter the live dream again. After that, this session is over, and we'll see each other next week. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think that's the truck that I read about in the police documents. He must have heard police chatter through the CB radio. I'm now certain that the police car went down this street and Zodiac was here, so he must have hidden, could have hidden behind the truck's load. Maybe. This is where he hid from the police. He must have called the police from this phone booth. A car wash token. They wrote in the documentation that he'd called the nearest sheriff's office. line works. That confirms it. A lighter. I found several numbers, but let's check which of the police stations is the closest. Okay, the car wash won't start. The power's been cut. It's a control room of sorts used by the car wash maintenance staff. The coin panel should work fine now. It works. The car will be outside in a minute, and I can check it on the other side. This is the car the witness drove, and once it was out of the car wash, the owner must have seen the path that the Zodiac took to the back of the station. The Zodiac's disguise is stuffed in there. I should find out how he burned it without anyone noticing. A canister of highly flammable kerosene. Okay, let's set it on fire. Wow, look at it burn.
You wanted to forget about Goose. Burn those memories like I burned my clothes when I killed Cecilia. I can tell you, you cannot. I know you tried to do the same thing with Monica's clothes. It won't be easy to forget her too. The cipher is somewhere here.
Fucking rituals. Mannequins like they could help me. Dreams of victims. The doctor is trying to explain to me something. But what exactly? I know I'm already full of doubt. Her date of death was written on the car door. Should I do what the Zodiac did? Her date of death was written on the car door. I hope it helps. The murder dates. I still can't figure out what they mean to me or you. The girl from Berryessa Lake. I think that Zodiac is my true subconscious. I see Zodiac even when I'm at home.
Dad, what about the fish? Mom will cook something nice.
My father's fishing rod. Legend. I've collected all these things in one room. They're a spectrum of my childhood. I'm scared of all these things, but they might help me to solve my case. At the box, a deep hidden mystery. I found a light in it. No! I've had enough!
Dad? Dad? You're inside the mine? Dad? Why did you go there?
The mine. I used to love going fishing because Dad was such a different person then. Of course, it was beautiful sitting in the boat in the sun and watching the float bob up and down. You're wrestling with the fish as you catch it with its strength and its pulling on the line. And it gives you a lot of satisfaction to land it eventually. It's just you and the fish and the struggle, if you will. I mean, it's not a marlin, but it's still a struggle. And then, on the boat, there on the boat, me and him, all the evil seemed to vanish. There was only Dad. All that fierceness was gone and he was calm. Even his hands were steady and relaxed. He would explain how to reel in the fishing line, when to cast, and he would be so patient with me, not even a hint of losing his temper. Then he'd go silent and he would stare at the water. Who knew what he was thinking? He seemed calm. He seemed at peace with everything. He seemed like a person who'd been through the good, the bad, and somehow had elevated himself above it all. And he seemed the sort of person who would never harm anyone. Why am I still alive? Or rather, why did Brian survive and the others were slaughtered? Maybe he was just lucky. I don't think so. Zodiac spared him for some special reason. Everything he does has a purpose and a meaning, it seems. It's very clever in its own twisted way. But Brian should talk to me about it. It's his fucking responsibility. He has to explain himself and why he's still alive. He needs to find an explanation why he escaped death. And only then will I understand my own faith. He owes me that, doesn't he? Our lives, mine and Brian's, need to serve something. They need to serve something bigger than ourselves. I feel hope for the very first time in a very long time. And believe me, I've crawled through hell. Nonetheless, I know that this torment needs to have a reason. And that I really am getting better. Landau's really a smart guy, and I regret not trusting him from the beginning. It's just that those dreams and those mannequins, they seem kind of weird and sick to me. But now they've started to become very important to me. I just need to know for sure that I am doing everything right, earnestly, and step by step. I'm terrified of making a mistake, that if I do something wrong during the ritual, the darkness will envelop me forever. That strange sighing that I had heard for many weeks. I was really scared. I've heard about banshees, those spirits who cry out in the night in the house of a person that's going to die soon. Something howled at night under my window, and I used to hide under the blanket. If I don't hear evil, I don't see it. It can't touch me. At least that's what I tell myself. And after some time, I realized it wasn't a ghost, and it wasn't the wind blowing through the rocks, but a real piece of misery, human misery. But I braced myself, and I went down there into the place that my father had forbade me to enter. I have seen, and I have found, and don't ask me to describe it. I have saved Sherry. I have saved a dead girl. I know it's idiotic because the real Sherry is dead. She can't be helped. But I'm alive, and maybe through this weird therapy I can find salvation for myself. When I was wrapping that tiny, fragile body in the blanket, I felt relief and even thankfulness, as if I'd finally done something good. I might just be useful again. Perhaps I'd chase those demons away. Perhaps I had caged the devil, at least for a moment. Now I've been wandering in this darkness for too long. Saving Sherry created hope. That little blind creature that she'll look after me now. I know I still have a chance for normality. At least I believe I have a chance for normality. So I'll go back to work. I'll stop drinking, put away the bottle. Not for Sherry. Not even for myself. I'm thinking of Monica now. I don't understand, and I do understand Zodiac at the same time. Everything is getting fuzzy. Sherry's shoes remind me of Monica's. It's strange to me as his murders fill me with fear on the one hand, and yet they seem familiar on the other. That makes no sense to me. But maybe it's because I've lived to tell the tale of meeting the Zodiac, and that makes me feel different about him. But he'd nearly decapitated Sherry with a knife. He'd snuck up on her like some kind of wild beast. He'd hunted her down and cornered her. And then wrote a poem for her? Like he wanted to honor her? I mean, what is that? My mind is absolutely divided on this. I feel like a victim, and then I feel like a hunter. Now, how is that possible? I hope that the doctor's ritual will finally sort out some of this stuff because it's driving me crazy and the pills are not giving me any relief. I still hate those dark tunnels. And back then I had to go through one of these. I baked a pie today, using a recipe my mom gave me once, long time ago. Good evening, Doctor.
It's nice to see you again, Robert. What brings you here today?
I saved Cecilia. The picnic reenactment helped. She helped me, just as Sherry did. I gathered anything I could about my childhood.
I want to tell you something as well. I keep thinking about you and your father. My request that you gather the information was not without reason. I analyzed notes from the course of our sessions and deduced that the secret to your therapy lies within your childhood. Zodiac is both a myth and a truth that are inside of you, just like your memories of your father. We should now find out how deeply they are buried.
Fine, Doctor. I want to go on with the therapy. An investigative journalist has to work through their fear.
Robert, whatever happens, you tried helping the spirits of those killed by the Zodiac. Now it's time for you to free yourself.
We'll see whether it'll help or if this is the path straight to hell.
I need you to be extra strong today.
I will, Doctor.
Choose a picture and close your eyes. Good luck. Count down from 10, 9, 8,
I needed to fix my bike before heading towards the mine. Dad's lunchbox was sitting perfectly in the bike basket. I was really happy about the new wheel my mom bought for me. The chain was greasy as it could be, but the bike was ready to go. I saw Dad's rowboat on the riverbank. He used to spend more time fishing than at home. It sometimes felt weird living so close to this bustling mine. The boat was full of stuff. I never got why fishing required so much gear. Dad's fishing rod was left in the boat, almost as if he'd just been here. I never got why fishing required so much gear. There was a box full of different baits and hooks and all kinds of things. I filled the lamp and lit it, and then I headed into the dark mine. And so I went into the mine to deliver my father's lunch. Goose's wooden horse. She loved that toy. There was rubble blocking the way, so I needed to find a different route. The mine car was blocking the way, and I needed to find a way to move it. Sounds like the mine car moving. With the minecar moved out of the way, I was free to go inside the main chamber. That's where my dad worked. Yeah, I remember. He was drunk most of his waking hours.
This is the whole truth about your life. You're a little boy who's seen too much. Your father. Yes, your father. A murderer like me. Just like me. And who are you, Robert? The cipher is the answer. Go and find it.
Robert, how do you feel after learning the truth?
This is really cleansing. Zodiac and my father. It's haunted me, but it had to happen. I feel that the therapy has helped me, and I hope that I'll be able to continue on. Free at last. I hope I won't be seeing you again, Doctor. And today I'll bid you farewell, Goose, the best way I can, for you and for me. I feel much better. The sun is shining again. Sleep tight, Goose. I am sorry, and I hope you will forgive me, because I will never forget you. This is your favorite toy. Let it keep you company forever. The truth is, I finally got you out of my head. wrote this letter to you at the beginning of the therapy, and I promised myself that I would send it, finally, when I was ready to meet you again. I'd like us to get together again and find our happiness. The shadow of the Zodiac is gone, and now I'm ready for us. So, Monica, let this symbol of our love and our reconciliation come to you. I will be waiting for your reply. I defeated the Zodiac and my father, and now I hope that the light will always guide me.